Hi all, welcome back to Unconditional Surrender. Training Scenario 4, this is part 22. Moving into August 1940 turns, so remember it only runs to December, so that's August, September, October, November, December, so only 5 more turns. So we're getting there, slowly, I know, too slow for some of you I'm sure, but I've been enjoying it. So, although feeling like I'm the Germans here in this whole scenario. Boo! I know, but just because they're on the attack, they're on the offense, and just struggling to get through, aren't we? We took Paris. They took Paris back, and the British air seems to be holding us off now. Just before I hit record there, I looked at the possibility of trying to take the British here out. Well, they've got 4 sorties there and 2 there. And these are the only 2 that we've got in range. This one's out of range of them all. So there is a slim chance I could run a sortie, an airstrike from that onto that and hit it for 2. But the die roll's got to be somewhere like a 5 or a 6 for the Germans and a 2 or a 3 for the British. So, whether it's worth trying, well, no, I don't think it is worth trying it, to be honest, Grant. I don't think it is. I think I'd be as well just making the attack on Paris, putting my air in and letting them fight amongst it. As for the French here, then we could go and take that out, but I think I might just start off just by going for Paris. Now, I know I talked about doing an assault, and maybe I should have done that last turn. I don't think I'm going to do that, because if I do the assault, they're going to chuck their tanks in right away. And the odds, I want to say it worked out at +6 to the Germans, +5 to the British, or the Allies, the Western faction. So, okay, and that's just a one shot. Okay, that might be the best thing to do, and it might, as I go through these attacks, it might have turned out to be I might be kicking myself saying I should have just tried that again, like last turn, but they're only going to get their tanks in on 1. They are going to get air support on up to 6, to be honest. So we do have 6 available as well. Now hang on, he doesn't reach, does he? He does not reach. So we in fact only have 4 and they've got 6. I'm saying that, we're only going to get, well, no, not true. You might get more attacks than that. It might be that I might rebase this just to get 1 more attack at it, but I suppose I could wait. Well, you need to be careful though, Grant. You can't do that in between a unit's activation, remember, so... Okay. Well, let's not do any airstrikes this time. And maybe just not bother so much about the French. I'm not saying I'm not going to attack the French units, so just allow them to have their air and, well, maybe just see how we get on. But one of the things that crossed my mind was the British. The British have the Western faction have a surprise attack marker. And you might say, well, no, they're not doing any amphibious assault, but I know they can use the marker for... I was reading up on it. It is in the phasing faction's turn, though, which I should have realised, probably. It's just that gives... to be honest, it's for attacking, though, isn't it? It gives a +1 DRM to any combat against a unit defending in a hex within a 2 hex range of that marker. So it is something that the British may, or the Western faction may consider, though, because the fact that they're not really going to use it for a amphibious assault probably means that they should chuck it in here and benefit from it once, have a one-off sort of attack. Now this is in August at the moment. They've still got September for the fair weather. So we'll see how this turn goes with them. Well, once we move into the turn, just keep it in mind that they've got that marker, Grant. That's basically what I'm saying. Just remember that it's there. Okay, so start of the turn, weather phase. Well, again, the weather is still fair throughout, through July to September. So this is August. So again, we've got another month to come. So these don't move. We don't need to roll dice on that. Declare war. Nobody's declaring war. And then economy. Now, this is probably a bit where I could just save that little bit of time by just doing this off camera, but I don't know. 14, we've got 14. We've still got one loss, so 13's 26. Doesn't take long to do it. So 26. The French are on 7. They don't have a factory loss marker, so they get double. They're on 14. And then the British have 9 with 1 factory loss is 8, so that's 16. And that's... and the Hungarians are on 1. Yeah. And we don't need to give them any. They've got 1 unit. They've got 1 point to activate it, so that's fine. Right, strategic warfare. Yeah, and one of the bits, when I was doing this, it says that the Axis just do this. This is what they roll for weather. They do this. They do these rolls. I mean, it is a 2-die roll, but anyway, it's not something matter. But what I did think about was who's the attacker and who's the defender. We treated the Germans as attacker, but it does tell you in the rules that the Germans are they are the attacker when we come to check this. Not only against the Western faction, but if the Soviets were involved in strategic warfare too, it's a different role for it, and Germans would be the attacker as well, I believe. I would maybe just double check that one. I'm pretty sure that's the case, but I would double check it if they were around, but no. So no modifiers, no submarines. So yeah, it's just a straight up roll again. Here we go. Right, that might have an effect this time. 3 to a 1. It does indeed. So this is the first time we've got a DR plus 2 result for strategic warfare. And it's right down the bottom here. So you can see that it's just the DR. The numbers obviously don't matter in this one. So DR. So it says decrease the German factory loss marker value by 1 and increase the respective Allied factory loss marker value by 1. Okay, so it's a result this time. So the German factory loss marker would go down by 1, but it's got a minimum 1, and the British one, however, would go up by 1. So now the next economy phase, the UK are going to be 9 minus 2 this time, so they're going to be 7, doubled up to 14. So they're going to have lost 2 production points there. And you can see as that mounts up, because I think generally in the main game you probably want to try and keep the Germans with a plus modifier for that die roll, and so every turn the UK are losing a factory, and then it maybe stops them having all these shenanigans, repairing all their convoys and all their sorties, and because they're struggling a bit more for production, so that obviously helps with the Axis cause. Right, moving on, strategic movement. I don't think there's anything going to go on there. No, there's none of that. So into operations then. Okay, so here we go. So let's just do what you said, Grant. What I'm going to do here, we know they've got the British have got the tanks, okay? So we know that they're going to use it, and we know that they're going to use it on Paris. They're not going to use it when they're not going to be tempted to use it if I attack this guy. I mean, that's silly talk, right? So they are going to use it against Paris. However, and you would say, well, they're going to use it when the Panzers attack Paris, like the last time, and maybe stop them, and then they'll not get that second attack. Well, yeah, that could be the case as well, but this time I think I'm going to attack with my infantry first, either the 4th or the 9th. Now, they could use their tanks there, but they do know that the Panzers... Thing is, the Panzers are coming across the river, so there's going to be a... I'm obviously going to give these air support, so they're going to get +2 German, +2 air support. So they're going to be attacking with +4, -1 for the city. So they're going to be attacking with +3, right? He's going to be attacking with 2 for German, 2 for tanks, 2 for air support. That's 6, -1 for the city, -1 for the river. So that's 4. So they're going to be a +3 each. He's going to be a +4. So there's not a huge difference. And they're clearly going to chuck their air in. So the BAF is going to be sitting at a +3. 1 for being British and 2 for the air support. Now, he's also got 1 shot at making it a +5 with the tanks. So what did I say they were going to be? They're going to be a +3. He was going to be a +4, wasn't he? So ideally, they still want to leave it for the tanks, don't they? That's the bigger one. But I think I'll attack with this first, because you never know. We might get some die results this time for the Axis. So I'm going to activate. Yeah, I think if anyone I would want to have first, it'd probably be the 4th. I'm not sure I'd want to bring that guy back into there, because obviously you're wanting to advance, whereas advancing that guy in, I'm kind of fine with. Another thing we want to try and... Well, we've got to watch for supply. And, yeah. I don't know, these forts... I'm looking back at this fort again and wondering... I suppose actually the Hungarians could help out with that one. We do have the second Panzer. It means the second Panzer's tying itself up to 1 attack, because remember these have got to be assaulted. So then you're looking at he's coming across the river. Well, you would not have him as the primary. But you would have to have one of the Germans as a primary, or they wouldn't get the +2 for being German. Unless, of course, I could move this guy into this position, or get something in that position to be the primary attacker, maybe. Well, if you got +2 for German, if you put the air support in, that's 4. That was not a city, is it? No. So 4, and then +1 for that extra attacker is 5, +2 because he's an extra attacker with a tank. That's 7. You wouldn't get the crewman across the river because you have a unit there. And then 7, well, and then your die roll, but remember it's then half rounded up. So... And they'd just be rolling on a +1, wouldn't they? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that can reach, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one can't. That one can reach. Nah. So he could get air support. Right, you're all over the place here, Grant. You said you were starting with Paris, so let's do it. Okay, I'm going to activate the 4th Infantry for the Germans for 1 point. That's him here. He is going to attack into Paris. This doesn't reach. We've said that already, right? So I'll use this one. Use this one for the air support. They are going to use... I don't know if it's a better idea to use the one with 2 or not here. It's probably got a slightly better chance of stopping it. Although I think when they've got sorties on, even having 2 sorties on, it's maybe still possible to stop it. I think it needs an 8. Is it not an AA result you would need? Thing is, if it did want to stop any one of them, it might be when the tanks attack. Okay, let's use this guy then. And there. And I'm using that guy for there. Right. Okay, so we've got an air combat first. So the Germans have -4 sorties, but they get +2, so that is a -2. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick using my dice then. I'm probably gonna buy. I'm probably gonna buy some more of these. I was looking again online to see if there's some sites that let you customize dice, but it looked a bit fiddly to work it out. If somebody's got any ideas on that, I like the idea of using dice. I know Sal's pointed me to the markers that are supplied in the game, and I would use them if these boxes were the same, so that you could clearly see where it was. But because these are tighter together, and I get it, I'm not knocking that. It doesn't need to be. It's wider up here because it's got more information to show, whereas there it doesn't have, So I get that. So I'll just persevere with what I've got. So and then the British have -4, but they only got +1, so they're actually on a -3 then, Grant. Are you fine with that? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm not sure. Maybe it'd been better to use the 2 sortie unit here. Don't know for sure. Right, so and the Germans are the attackers, yeah. Right, here we go. First row of the game, and it's 666. Again. So 6 - 2 is 4. 6 - 3 is 3. That is a no effect. Yeah, actually. 6 - 3 is 3. Yeah, that's if we'd rolled that against the 2 sortie guy, he would have been sorry, what would he have been? -1. Am I counting that right? -4 +1 is -3. Yeah. So it would be -2 +1. Right, hang on, am I getting something wrong here? The modifiers are. They're the 2 die results. I think I'm having a moment. We were using this one here, yeah. So the calculation is +2, but he's -4. So his die roll modifiers are -2, and he's +1, but -4. So that's a -3. Yeah. So 6, I rolled a 6 with a -2, that gives me a 4 result. And I rolled a 6 with a -3. Six with a -3 gives a 3 result. Yeah, that's right, yeah. So if we had used the 2 sortie guy, he would have been -1. So it would have been 6 - 1, so that would have been a 5. That wouldn't have made any difference there. Yeah, okay, right. Well, it was a diamond result, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking about there. So we need to. They're both going to take 1 sortie, so let me knock them up to 5s. Okay, so that's a 2 air units, up to 5 sorties. So let the rest commence. And oh yeah, actually the Western faction would have had to commit their tanks before we rolled that dice, wouldn't we? Wouldn't they? Would they? Yeah, I think they would, because you commit, and then... So let's just say we both revealed we were going to commit. I don't know who... Is it the attacker would go first? I think it's the attacker that would go first. I'm not 100% sure, but because I'm playing solo, it doesn't really matter. But so the Germans would commit, and the UK would commit. So we both reveal we were going to commit. We would commit air. They would then commit air. It would come back to us. We would then not commit, and then they could commit their tanks. So they would have to do it there. I'm understanding is they'd have to show all their cards there before we actually rolled the dice. They couldn't wait on this die roll, I don't think. That feels like the way it should be. I don't think they would get to see the result of the air combat before then saying, oh, we'll commit tanks now. Might be wrong. I'm sure somebody will straighten me out if I've got that wrong. And I should be able to go and look it up though, Grant. Yeah, I know it's not going to matter here, but maybe I should. Give me a second. Combat 13. Right, I've been talking to a paused camera there. Haven't done that one for a while either. I was doing it a lot in the previous app that I used, but this is better. Although this is a costly app, unfortunately. But it's a better app, to be honest. So I don't know. You might have been seeing recordings just there of nothingness, or me even coughing and sputtering and not saying anything because I would have thought I was on recording. I might have been recording. Quick recap, we were flying our second attack on the BEF with the 4th Infantry. We've got air support from this guy, and they used air support from that. We rolled, got a no effect result, so they both incur a sortie. They're both allowed to take part in the air support. So we've got the same die rolls. It's a +3 for the Germans and a +3 for the British. The +3 for the Germans is because they're attacking a city. Okay, and this is the last attack he'll be able to make. So, right, here we go. A die roll. A result. Surely. That's took a long time coming, isn't it? Right. 5 plus the 3 is 8. 2 plus the 3 is 5. Surely that is a retreat. Oh, look at that. It's only just. It is only just. But it is the retreat that we wanted. So there you can see, I mean, okay, if they chucked their tanks in there, it's a no effect. But, you know, I don't think that was wrong. I think wait, because I'm trying to tease them into using their tanks, but then it gives me a better die roll modifier for my panzers. So, and the panzers, I want to say, will get 3 attacks. So they want to try and stop the first one. That's what I should have done the last time. I should have attacked the infantry first, then done the. But you learn. So we've got a retreat result here. So Paris is now open again. He's only got one place to go. Now. No, you're okay, Grant. I'm thinking I'm out. I'm going to be out of supply moving into Paris. I'm not. Okay, well, we're clearly going to take the advance after combat. Actually, I'm saying that, and then maybe that's not as clear cut. Because if we put our infantry, if we put our first panzer into there, it's going to be better at defending it. And like I've took note of, they've got that surprise attack marker. My thinking is that they maybe use that, whether it's next. Well, I reckon it'll be either this turn or next turn while the weather's still good. And the fact that Germans are going to take Paris here again, it might well be this turn that they'll do it. So they're going to get an extra +1. So I could not. If I don't advance after combat, I've got 2 movement left. Yeah, I can't do anything else because I'm adjacent. I'm in this guy's zone of control, so I just need to end my activation there. It's a bit of a shame because it's a free, it's the movement is free, and to be honest, I would actually get another attack on this guy. Yeah, I know, but when they come attacking you back next turn, Grant, and here's the thing now, they'll probably keep the tanks, won't they? Or they've got French tanks as well, though. So, yeah. In fact, I know what they'll do. They'll use the French tanks from there so that they get the full +3. You know what? They could actually use, because they're only doing an assault, they could put the British tanks on that as well to get an extra +1 out of it. Well, I was going to say one thing that could stop that is if I moved into there and I was to attack this guy and maybe nudge him back. But I'm not going to advance from there to there, am I? Well, you might. You might, because what's the likelihood of that happening? It's a queer hex. It's possible. It's going to be a +2 to a +1. The French is going to roll. The French is going to put some air support into that one, Grant. Yeah, now you've got to think about the French here as well. Right, okay, I'm not going to advance then. I don't think. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm going to end his activation. There. I think it's better to get the first Panzer in there. But I've got to now think. Right, so now I've got to decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there is a chance of you taking both of the air out, isn't there? We done it the last time. We need the die roll, don't we? Because we've got a -2, where they've got a -4. And obviously we would like to keep, still just spend just 1 sortie on our guys. I mean, the British are still going to have air support from that, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that. So I think I'm going to try and take the French air out again. I know, clearly I want to do this before and then move the Panzers in. It's going to be 3 for the Panzer to move in. You'd still actually get 3 attacks on that, or, well, the whole point is to take the French here out, Grant. So should you be concerning yourself with the BEF, this will leave him across the river, right? Okay, I'm going to do an airstrike from this guy on this guy. So, like I say, they're both on -4 sorties. So Germans get a +2 though. So -2 to the Germans, and the French are on a -4. Remember, they don't get a +1. It's just the British that get the +1 for the air. So, yeah, here we go. We just need it slightly in our favour here. And that's not the case. I think the die rolls have been the other way about, would have worked. So it's sorry, hang on. That's a minus. Oh, yeah, it's a minus. I'm forgetting. Yeah, that number needs to be a high. So 3 minus 2, no, it's a 1, isn't it? It's a 1 to 1, so it's a nothing. So that means they're both going to incur 1 sortie each. Tough decision here. Like, I think you should maybe leave that. I think I should maybe rebase this one. Okay, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do the same. I'm going to airstrike from there to there. So die DRMs are the same. A -2 to a -4. There we go. Right, that's better. That should work. So that's I'm forgetting though. It's a minus. Yeah, I need more than a 4, Grant. I need the 5. Why am I struggling to work these ones out? He's got -4 sorties. I got +2, so he's sitting on a -2 die roll. So 4 minus 2 is 2. Yeah, it's still a no effect. Yeah. So nothing doing there either. So these are both 5s as well. Right, okay, I'm not 100% sure this is right. One of Grant's favourite statements. You're never 100% sure, Grant. I'm going to rebase this for his last sortie. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Sal made the comment regarding my thinking of the moving the air units. I think I've got it right in the end, because he said that I might have been confusing it with range, and I did see the table there. It talks about ranges, whereas an airstrike is 7 hexes, but that's not movement. They don't move. Air support's 5 hexes, and then eventually realised that it's what is it? It's to move any unit. Where's the movement? Yeah, full supply. All other units is 10 movement, and so that's what they get to move. And you either move by hexes or C zones. For naval units, it's C zones. I think I've got it, but I might have been talking some gibberish for a while. But I think I got there. But it's good. He's leaving the comments in there, and if anybody's confused about how I'm looking at it, then he's writing the right things down to help folk understand where I'm maybe getting it wrong. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to move him to here, I think. I don't think they can. They can't intercept any of that, can they? I don't think they can an air rebase. Page 18. I don't know what it would matter here anyway. This move cannot be intercepted, right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, an air rebase cannot be intercepted. An air supply, a supply could, and yeah, there's some other things. Yeah, it's not that one. That one can. Right. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm going to put him down there just because we've got the last turn. September's going to be the last chance at the better weather, and he's probably not going to be in range of anything. Well, he might be on the forts, but my plan is still here to try and avoid bothering about the forts and hopefully seeing them break up by the French moving out of them, but I don't think the French are quite so worried just yet. So, okay, we'll do that, move that down to there. Now, this last sortie that I've got then, there's no point, I can't take them both out, so I might as well just letting that one sit just now and then using it where you feel you want to use it. Could be Dijon with the second Panzer maybe, so these might want to consider that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't reach Dijon. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to activate first Panzer then for 2 now. Down to 23. And he starts with 10 movement points. And he's going to spend 2 to move into the empty city, 1 crossing the river, so he's going to spend 3. Takes him down to 7. And we're going to take control of Paris again. We take control of Paris. The French lose that 4 national will that they've got back. 1, 2, 3, 4. So down to 10. They also lose that factory down to 6. Again, it doesn't affect their production this turn, but it will next turn. Right, so Panzer's got 7 movement left. He's moved into a zone of control with 3 units, so he's either got to attack or end his activation. He's not going to end his activation. Now there's a guy under here, isn't there? Yeah. Just wonder if maybe. Oh. Nah, you've got to attack first, Grant. Well, you've done the Panzer bit now, so. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that in that order. Might have been, maybe I should have attacked into here first. I don't know. Right, let's. Yeah, the thing is, if you knock that 6 infantry back, you're not gonna follow it, are you? Well, no, because the whole point was you were wanting the Panzer unit in Paris, Grant. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like I maybe should have done something here before moving before activating the Panzer. Well, you want the first Panzer unit in there, so that was what was always going to happen. So he's just going to have to sit there and take shots at things. So, well, it'd be 3 attack into there or 3 attack into there. You get 2 attacks on these two, and you get 3 attacks on this. Assuming they just sat there, of course. Right, so I ended up being on pause there for some bit. So we moved the Panzer around, we took Paris, we adjusted the national will, we adjusted the factory, we've got 7 movement points left, so there's not one that's any better than the other, to be honest. I mean, yes, we'd like to do something to the BEF, but yeah, the thing is, Grant, even if you retreat it still moves into position and has the attack for next turn. It's kind of... And I can't just push right through because I've got supply issues. I think, yeah, just stick with this corner and see if we can do something about this corner. Yeah, okay, so, yeah. I'm going to attack the 6th Infantry then. He's just in a clear hex. No, not coming across any rivers. And I will get, like I say, 3 attacks on him if need be. So we spend 2 to attack him. Now, we have only 1 sortie left, but I don't think I'm going to commit here. So, are the French... Well, like I've said, and again, try to shut this out from one half of my mind. I dare say the French player, well, the Western Allied player should know that the 2nd Panzer's outside Dijon. The problem with moving into Dijon again is the issue with supply. Which is why this fort is rather important, or Calais. Yeah, Calais what you need to take out. Because if we can take Calais out, then as long as we've got units on this track here, this would then be able to trade supply if we can get that unit out of Calais. So yeah, there's where the French maybe want an air support as well, if you think about it, in Calais. Okay, so are they not going to use their support here? They've only got 2. I don't think they are then. Mind you, it's Panzer's, Grant. Yeah, but they probably can. Well, that's not true, Grant. I mean, maybe the Panzers will advance. Maybe they will advance. This hasn't moved yet. You know, as long as we put something in Paris. And then if you advance, you've got to... But I mean, if I advance and take this guy out, then that does mean this guy's isolated. We had this situation before. It then probably means you're not going to have Panzers in Paris, though. And that's what you were... That was part of the reason this guy didn't advance, wasn't it? So should the French put their air support in here? I don't think so, because they've got 2 more attacks as well. I don't think it's worth it. So we're just going to say they're not going to commit. So neither party commit in there. So Germans get +2 for German, +2 for tanks. And French get +1 for French. I mean, French do have tanks as well. Again, I don't think this is the battle. Maybe if the Panzers do advance, this might need some help. Calais, Dijon. Well, like I've said, in my mind, I don't think the second Panzer. Well, no, like I've already said, if we can take that out, that will be a valid supply line for us. Okay, back to this battle first. So a +4 for the Germans and a +1 for the French. Okay, here we go. That could be really bad. That's at least a DD. That might even be a DE. So 6 + 4 is 10. It is. Because they've only got a +1. How about that? Okay, the Germans starting to get some die rolls. So a 2 for the French, a 10 for the Germans is a DE result. So the Panzers have decided that they're going to step it up a notch. So this guy's eliminated. Right out of there. So he goes in the eliminated box. I'm going to flip him over to his reduced side just so that that will hopefully keep me right. Now they lose a national will for that as well. So they're down to 9. Okay, well. Well. I don't know. The thing is, if we do advance into that hex, one of the other things is it means that they can't get 3 units around Paris if the Panzers are sitting there. So that takes away a +1, you know. And this is the hex that they'd be attacking from that doesn't cross the river as well. Yeah, I think you should advance, Grant. As long as we've got something that we can put in there before the end of the turn. Okay, it's not going to be the first Panzer unless... No, I don't think it can be because I'm adjacent to zone of controls here, so I don't think I can wangle some move that takes me back into Paris, kind of. Okay, I'm going to take a chance here and go out and advance after combat. So we've got 5 movement left, so now I'm going to attack this guy. I'm going to spend an R2, that's down to 3 left. And the Germans are not going to commit a game, but the French are starting to think now because that was like rather devastating. They can see that if... Well, actually, this guy's... No, he does have a retreat. Yeah, he can retreat into it. Well, that's what I have, yeah. Yeah, so he does have a retreat. And he's not isolated. But they can see that if they get a retreat result on this, the Panzer's going to move it. Actually, the Panzer, they're going to have 3 movement left. It's going across the river. Although they could have a pop at the guy that's retreated into a half. That would cost me 3 to attack into there. It costs 4 to attack into there, though, because of the river. But would they want to advance? I'm not so sure they would. Mind you, they would like to retreat that guy, so then he's isolated. Yeah. Okay, so... Well, anyway, the Germans are attacking. They're not committing. So the French have 2 options. They've got air, or they've got tanks, or they've got both. Now, if they do stand strong there, the Germans will still get 1 more attack on them. And like what I've just said, they're probably not going to advance after combat anyway, so they don't mind sitting there and having 2 attacks, as long as they budge them in one of them. I feel like this is important then. The French should commit something. What did we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This air can't support the Alps unit down in Dijon. And for the attack back in Paris in their turn, then the British can supply the air. Yeah. I mean, the British could supply the air and the tanks. Yeah, I think the French should hold on to their tanks as well, because it might be beneficial to even keep them for the attack back in Paris. So, I think they'll use this air though. And the Germans did not commit. The only thing is, yeah, I don't think they want to go into a +4 to a +1 fight again. Know what happened there. Okay. Right, they're going to come out this sortie then. Yeah, I mean, obviously it would like to have been kept for the attack on Calais as well. I mean, there's this other one, but... Okay, so they will fly air support then. So that is going to be +4 for the Germans, +2 for German, +2 for tanks, and the French are +1 for French, but +2 for air. So it's a 4 to a 3 this time. So let's see what happens this time. Oh, right, that's a good result for them. It might just be a no effect. It's possible storm 7 to 5. No, it's just a diamond. Yeah, one short of a stop, which would have been nice actually, because the Germans are going to attack again. So they're going to spend 2 more points to attack once more. And now the Germans are not committing again. So the French are sitting back here at that unless they commit their last air sortie or their tanks. I think they should fly their air. Yeah. Of course, the problem is there is a chance that this guy will go in and attack him. In fact, I think that's probably what my next move would be. However, he's only getting a +2, whereas he's getting a +4. Yeah, so they're gonna fly this other air sortie. Again, I don't know. I could see that being one of the things that's debatable, isn't it? Some of you'll tell me that, they'll explain to me that no, that's not the best place to have used that, it should have been somewhere else, but... so they do get the benefit of air support again. However, hang on. No, Germans didn't come out, Grant. Germans didn't come out, so I can't backtrack now and say, right, I might fly my sortie. Actually, I don't think he reaches, does he? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he does. Okay, well, I've done it now. So it's a +4 to a +3 again. This is the last one attack for the Panzers. I think when it goes higher up, it's alright, but I don't know. So 9 to 8. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's right, 9 to 8. So that's a diamond result. So, yeah, they chose well, I think, because that would have been 9 to 6, which would have been a retreat. So that was the right choice. Well, no, it's a die roll. It's a die roll. It's a random die roll. So yeah, they stood strong there. That was pretty good for them. So he's still sitting there, but this 9th Infantry, well, they're both in the 9th, aren't they? Could have something to say. So we have ended the Panzer's turn just outside Paris. So yeah, remember, you do need to... well, I'm saying I need to occupy Paris. Oh. Well, I never thought about that. They can't move into Paris, so they can't attack into Paris. However, it does mean that then they'll attack either into here. No, probably still the Panzer into there, and then, well, actually, Panzer's not got to retreat. No, he's not. Yeah, that was something. Well, we've still got this attack to go here to see. Yeah, still lots of things to think about in there. It's weird. The training scenario against the French went so smooth. Again, whether it's something to do with me bringing this unit up. I dare say it's some of the die rolls that we've had. The weather as well might have had an effect. This unit, and also the fact that the British get an extra air unit. I don't think you get that in the actual training scenario for it. But it's made it far more interesting and far more challenging. It's been good, yeah. Right, I'm at 56 minutes there, and I know, I know again I've probably not done an awful lot, but I'll cut that as a part. Now, I might get back for another little shot later. No guarantees though. Not that it'll matter to you watching it, because it'll just appear when it appears. I kind of liked it, but it is ticking on a little bit. But I'm off over the rest of the weekend, so I'll get back to do something. Yeah, I want to say my cough, although I'm coughing there a little bit just now, it certainly has died down quite a bit. It's on the way out now, so that's good. Such a relief. That's just not a nice thing to get these days, and I seem to get it, well, not regularly, but that's about 3 times I've had it in the last year. 2 were really quite bad. Another one wasn't quite so bad, but anyway, I need to maybe be eating and drinking healthier or something. Watch myself. Right. Well, I'll know that it's the Germans' operation phase still. I can see a couple of units turned, and the rest are not. So that's the French out of air as well. Germans still have 1 air sortie left. The British have got 4, but we're unlikely to be attacking a British unit anyway. I want to say this sortie might be used. It can actually still go to their Grant, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it could be used here or maybe here. Or maybe here, but because if we tidy this up and we don't use the air unit, and we've got the supply trays from this transport line, if we secure that, then I might well use the air on Dijon and move the Panzer down. You need to have a unit in there though to replace it. I mean, the Hungarians could maybe come down. Anyway, we'll keep that for either later on or maybe tomorrow sometime. Okay, I'll be back at some point. Cheers.